Coverage you can count on.
So I know how terribly hot it is, a very difficult thing for anyone who loves to get outside and exercise, especially for all of you runners out there. So have hope. The weather will get cooler and just in time for the annual Cammy's Cause 5K. Emily Collier is here with the MCR Foundation, here before you know it, right?
That's right, just around the corner.
September 16th?
September the 16th.
So many people watching are going to go, oh wait, MCR Foundation, we know because y'all recently did this huge focus for 3 days.
Right.
On the show about what your focus is every day, which is eating disorders.
Right.
Yes. This is the 18th year.
Yes.
For the 5K.
Yes.
And it's done in memory.
Yes.
Of Cammy Robinson.
Yeah, it started really as a memorial walk for Cammy. Cammy passed away in September, and so the first few years it was more of a memorial walk, and then we sort of transitioned into a full 5K just because Chattanooga is such a great city for that. There's so many runners, walkers, everybody enjoys being outdoors, so we sort of, obviously we still do it in September, but we kind of have now coupled it with not just a memorial for Cammy, but a full 5K. For families. It's really great for families because we do have a 1 mile option. There's a 1 mile fun run that you can walk or run, and so it's great for kids, especially if you've got younger runners in the house or want to just be able to do it as a family with little ones. We welcome that as well.
Well, and to that point, I'll say that you mentioned that you're getting some schools kind of signing up their cross-country teams.
Yeah.
And it's such a good thing. One of the things that we learned in our in-depth conversations was that the diagnosis is hitting children younger and younger ages, so it's a great time for them to kind of learn some awareness too.
Yeah, just awareness and kind of body positivity, just moving your body and teaching that at a young age to sort of embrace all of that and love your body and move your body and do that as a family. And so yeah, all of these area elementary schools have cross-country teams now, which I think is great. I think it's like 3rd through 5th can run cross-country. So last year we had a couple of teams that came and did that just as an additional, this is their cross-country season, but a meet is very different than like a 5K because these kids can participate, and if you're, you get the running t-shirt, you get a medal. If you're a kid running the 1 mile fun run, everybody gets a medal.
So talk about the race itself, like the run of it. It's at Ross's Landing. So is it fairly flat or is it a hilly course?
It is pretty flat. It's an out and back, so you're 1.5 out, 1.5 back. Kind of you're on the straightaway for a little while, and then you jump down onto the Riverwalk portion of it, and then loop back.
When people are paying their entry fee, is when the monies come in to MCR, explain again how y'all use those resources, because when people call you and they're in a crisis situation needing help, you're free.
Yes, that's right. Everything that we provide to the community is free of charge. So every dollar that we receive through either fundraising or donors goes right back into the community through, like you said, if you call, you get a licensed counselor to talk with. If, all of the materials that go out into the schools, we have informational materials that talk about like what is an eating disorder, what does it look like, what are the warning signs, what to do if you know someone that is struggling. Those go out into area schools, especially in the guidance offices and doctors' offices, dentists, anywhere where those materials are needed, and all of that is free. And so the money that we receive just allows us to give those resources free of charge to the community. And
I'm not trying to raise the alarm bell or anything, but at the time of year this is, parents of especially middle schoolers maybe, I'm going to use that as an example, but might begin to want to be aware of some of these things, because what you think an eating disorder looks like there's something atypical necessarily. But there's a lot of emotion for kids this time of year. A
lot. This is where we start the phone calls kind of pick up. The summer there can be kind of not necessarily a lull, but it is a slower time. When school starts back, this is when you start to notice some things, and maybe some things that might have started over the summer, and then school starts back, so there's the added stress. The stressor is there, possibly a trigger. And so this is where we start to get, I've already had calls from guidance counselors. I've already had a high school that we're going to go in and do a panel for parents in October.
Great.
To provide parents with just education on kind of how to manage body image and, not dieting, when we're in a very much of a diet culture. So we're going to go do a panel for a high school in town in October. So we're already getting calls because these things they're back in school. The guidance counselors are noticing, the teachers are starting to notice, it's going to kind of ramp up in terms of traffic.
I mean, you've got elementary school children, so you see what it's like on that perspective every day in your life. If there's a parent watching or a grandparent watching and they wanted to do that very same thing at their school, can they contact you?
Absolutely, that's how it works. Just call me. You can email me too. All of that information is on our website at mcrfoundation.com. Our phone number, the phones go directly to me. Or an email, and just contact me and say, hey, we want to do this in our school, and we will absolutely, and again, there is no charge for that. So we will bring an expert panel of folks in the community. We will do a panel for you. Yeah, just call me.
And the reason, I only have a minute left, but besides wanting you to sign up for the run, which is September 16th at Ross's Landing, you can do it by going to mcrfoundation.com.
Right.
They always have cute t-shirts.
We do love a good shirt at MCR, so yes, it's a great shirt.
But the thing to remember, truly, if you're kind of going through this right now in your life in some way, it's not a quick walk to the results you're looking for.
Right.
And so the earlier you can get that help, the better.
Absolutely. Early intervention is the best form for prevention.
So there is the phone number, 622-2666. If you don't get Emily right away, she will definitely call you back.
Absolutely.
So you're Dana. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right now, when you list your home for sale with me, you will receive a free 1-year home